Hare Krishna devotees, my name is Bhakti Chaitanya Swami, and I'm going to say a few words about why I will never leave ISKCON, so far at least, for the last 42 years or thereabouts. I haven't left ISKCON, and I really have no intention whatsoever to leave ISKCON, and I certainly pray to Srila Prabhupada and Lord Chaitanya that I never become foolish enough to do that. But the thing is that, at least if we look at the situation in principle, that ISKCON is truly a unique spiritual entity and spiritual organization. There's just nothing to compare with it. First of all, we have the other sampradayas, and they really have not got the idea about what is the Yuga Dharma for the Kali Yuga. That the Yuga Dharma is the Harinam Sankirtan, the chanting of the holy names, and particularly Sankirtan, going out in public and chanting and spreading the chanting of the holy names to all the people. Only really in Lord Chaitanya's branch of this Brahma Sampradaya, Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya, do we see a real awareness of this point and a real emphasis being placed on this particular understanding and the particular practice. So it's only really in the line of Krishna consciousness coming from Lord Chaitanya that you find in this Kali Yuga that the real opportunity is there for actual perfection in Krishna consciousness and going back to Godhead. But then, amongst the different groups of devotees who are practicing Krishna consciousness, following Lord Chaitanya, Gaudiya Vaishnavas, well, ISKCON is really unique. Of course, in one sense, the essence of what makes ISKCON so unique is the presence of Srila Prabhupada. That Srila Prabhupada, on one hand, his realization about what is Krishna consciousness and how to practice Krishna consciousness and how to spread Krishna consciousness, his qualification in these regards compared to others, spiritual leaders in the Gaudiya line, Srila Prabhupada's qualification is really just so unique and so outstanding. You just don't find people with that sort of qualification amongst the followers of Lord Chaitanya. Srila Prabhupada, of course, as we know, he was so driven in this mission of Lord Chaitanya. He was so driven by the instructions of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, his spiritual master, that Srila Prabhupada came to the Western world completely single-handed, and not just single-handed, but he was really coming into the unknown and a much more difficult situation for preaching Krishna consciousness than exists nowadays or in the last 10 or 20 years even. So Srila Prabhupada was such a unique personality, such a dynamic and empowered representative of Lord Chaitanya, and of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, that he was able to take up this impossible mission under just impossible circumstances, and do it with amazing success, just incredible success. In the 1930s, some of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta's disciples went to London and maybe to Germany, at least to London, and they tried to do something, but they could really hardly do anything at all. The real impact they had on Western society was, you could say, negligible, really. But Srila Prabhupada, his impact was just, it was just explosive. He, you could say, he practically turned the world, the whole world, upside down by his preaching. He certainly turned the youth culture of those days completely upside down by his preaching, and really established the Krishna consciousness movement as a very major spiritual, or you could say religious, presence in the world outside of India. And then, having done that, he went back to India and made a massive impact in India also. So like this, Srila Prabhupada himself, he has these unique qualifications and this unique potency. And it's only really available within his ISKCON. So then, ISKCON, as it has carried on after the departure of Srila Prabhupada, ISKCON is still embodying these principles and the whole process of Krishna consciousness as given by Srila Prabhupada, along with having this amazing ability to preach and make an impact on society in general, and in this way get people to take up Krishna consciousness. Along with that, another aspect of Prabhupada's qualification, which is still active and present on a great scale nowadays, is that Srila Prabhupada, once people had taken up Krishna consciousness and decided to become devotees and to practice, Srila Prabhupada gave us the process in such a way that it really works. Of course, there are so many Gaudiya Vaishnavas who try to do some preaching of some sort or another. There are disciples of other disciples of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta, and there are their disciples, and then there are Babajis, there are caste Goswamis, and different types of people like this who, at least in some cases, may try to do something to spread Krishna consciousness and engage people in Krishna consciousness. But we see Srila Prabhupada, his realization and his expertise was so great that he was able to give us Krishna consciousness and a whole way of life, a lifestyle, a whole program of Krishna consciousness in such a way that it really works, that it's real. It's not just some smarter rules and regulations of do this and do that in and of themselves. Neither is it some attempt at some sort of, you could say, highfalutin presentation of more esoteric and quote-unquote elevated aspects of Krishna consciousness. presented without real consideration of who the audience is and what's appropriate for them and what will help them. But Srila Prabhupada presented the whole picture of Krishna consciousness so wonderfully that anyone could take it up and apply it in their lives, and from the beginning, from the very first days, start making real progress, and then carry on step by step, even up to the highest levels, and developing pure Krishna prema, and back to Godhead. So really, this is why I'll never leave ISKCON, because ISKCON is the embodiment of Srila Prabhupada in these most wonderful and most essential ways. Hare Krishna.